Hello, this is Jeff Sirkin coming to you from New York City with how I make some really good money trading the Ichi Moku clouds. This is episode 2, video 2. First, in my review from the first video, here are the lines that are important to know. Here's the diamonds. So first, again, if you haven't seen my first video, you have the blue line, a red line, the lag line, I'm circling it, the clouds, red clouds, in this case pink, and green clouds. The olive line, lag line. Notice how here there's no lag line because the lag is the price 26 days before today's price. And now the clouds which identify are shown in the red and the green. And this is where not to trade. So if you see the price, the candles in the red or the green, is not an entry to get in. You do not buy the stock. To get these Ichimoku clouds on your screen, you go to your broker's website, click on charts, and then click on Ichimoku clouds. If your broker doesn't offer the Ichimoku cloud, it's time to find another broker. Every broker should have it. Here's a review of a long entry setup. I'm going to make this bigger. This is going back to November, time not important. The blue line must be above the red line. The cloud far to the right, notice no prices above here. The cloud to the right must be green. The lag line should be above the cloud and ideally above the price. For this type of entry that I'm showing you, this is one of 5 that I use, and this is the type of entry to get in after a price crosses the cloud. Another rule is the current price must be above yesterday's price. Also, never enter before an earnings report. For example, let's just bring one up here. Notice here's earnings. The last earnings for JetBlue was on April 24th was the earnings. Notice what happened. The earnings came out and the stock dropped immensely. Never get in. I give it maybe 10 days before earnings. This would not be an entry, this area here, not to enter. Because the earnings, to find the earnings, just go to your broker's site and every broker should have when the next earnings is on every equity. Let's come back to where it was on the diamonds. Okay. Over here, entering a trade here. Make it bigger and move it over. Entering the trade on, that was November 14th, 2023, a very good entry. And you stay in the trade and just take profits as you go up. I trade options. That's a video for another time. But if you're trading the stock, take as it goes up, take profits. Never wait too long to take profits because you could always get in the next day. So if I got in here, I would take profits maybe over here because it went below the blue line. The price went below the blue line. See if I can circle that for you. You see it started here, and here is where I would take profits at. Somewhere around here because the price is above the blue line, above the blue line. Even when the blue line is leveling, you can take profits. Maybe here, if you're profitable, never get greedy. If you get greedy, you lose. Over here is another good area to take the profits. You could always get back in the next day, but never get greedy. Take profits. Somebody will sell it to you the next day. I've got a 72% win rate, and it's making some really good money for me. But I know many people that get greedy and they wait too long, and somebody might get in, for example, over here, and instead of taking profit at the red candle, they wait thinking it's going to go up because of the ego, and it goes right against them down here. So you can never go wrong taking money. In the second episode here, I want to share different charts with good entries that I didn't do in the last one. So here I have the DIA up. Here would be another entry. So let's go into a new entry on that one, a more recent. Notice how the price is here is in the cloud, is not a trade. Also, I prefer the lag to be above the price. Over here. See, this is not a trade because the lag is even in the cloud. Some people might think, I'll get in here and then it goes up, but or some people might get in on this candle, think, oh, it's above the cloud, and it would be a winning trade, but if you got out properly and took profits. So notice the cloud here, no trade. The first trade would be over here. See if I can get a star by it. The first one would be this big candle here. And here's why. Okay, so first look over here. First, it came above the cloud. That's not a trade because it's the first day above the cloud. This one here is a red candle. The price was lower at 4:30 than it was at the open. That's not a trade. Here would be a green candle, but the price is not higher than the previous day. Here's a red candle. The price closed approximately the same. And here's another red candle. So don't enter on the red candles. Even though this comes above the cloud, some cloud traders might get in here. But I would wait because I'd rather make less money and have less risk. And here would be where I would get in, approximately anywhere in this candle. But I'd like to be above this doji, is called, this, where the price didn't move much in the whole day. It came up, it came down, came up, but it always came back to where it started at 4:30 in this candle. So this big green one is an entry, and it would have been really good money coming up. Here again, I would have taken profits. I would have lost the day before, but I would take profits on this red candle because I don't look like the looks of the candle. So getting out over here, you're never going to get in at the lowest price and out at the highest, as long as you're making money. Let's bring up a different chart here. Look at JetBlue. I'm going to show you why they look like good trades, but they weren't. Okay, I brought this up earlier. Okay, notice it's choppy. I would never do this one, but for example purposes, it's good to show the cloud. Coming back to 2 earnings sessions ago, notice how over here it's coming above the cloud. I keep losing I don't know why it doesn't, oh well, that's E-Trade doing that. It loses the crosshairs, and I don't know why. Oh well, you'll have to use my cursor. Over here, you see, but the lag line is below the price, so I would not enter. So yes on the blue line, yes on the red. The blue is above the red, but the lag is in the cloud. The lag is not above the cloud. So in here, it looks like an entry, but it really is not. You have to be careful. Always remember to go back and look at the lines. The red line, the blue line, and the olive line. But just to show a choppy one, see, notice over here, earnings came out. So don't trade before maybe 10 days before earnings, 15 days before earnings. Now look at an entry here. There's a really good money. It gapped up for who knows what reason. Notice over here is not a trade, Over here, the blue line is above the red. And this would be a really good entry. Earnings had already passed. So you just stay in. I would stay in through here. Even if you got out here, you'd still make money on this red line. You still would be profitable. But you stay in, it's going up, it's going up. Always get out. If it gaps up, see the big gap here? I would take profits. A gap is a gift, which is what Rick Sandler taught me. And he runs, hit and run candlesticks, which is a trading group that I'm in. It's excellent. Let's do another one that I've traded. This one is easier to see, but I wanted to show a choppy one just for the fun of it. Notice in here, no trade, because it's below the cloud. Here, if you exit, notice it's going down, so you wouldn't do a long trade. Over here, it's too high above the cloud to get back in. Just wait, patience. Patience is always really good. If you're patient and you wait, you make money. If you're impatient and you have to trade, you lose. It's very simple. Here's another one. There's a bank. And this one I made some really good money with. And I'll show this one I haven't marked, but I'm going to go in the past as well. Okay, so notice back in, I keep losing the crosshair. Let me see if I can catch it first. No, it's some reason. Maybe if I click this off. Yeah, now it lets me. Okay, it's easier to see with the crosshair. Coming over here, if I can make it bigger, showing where is a good entry. Notice the lag is above the price. The blue line is above the red line. Over here, no trade because it's in the cloud. The first day, some people would enter. I would wait for confirmation. So here's the entry that was December of 2023. But watch how long one would stay in. how far it would take us up from $35. It'd be about a $10 win. Depends how one chooses to stay in. But again, you can always get in and out and in and out and in to not tie up your money. But here's how I would trade it. I'd get in here. I would get out at the gap over here. It gapped up, I would take my profit. Let me see if I can get something to write with. See, so you get in over here, there's a line, and I'd get out because it's a gap, is a gift, to get out here. Now, if you're profitable in a trade and you're watching it going in and out, yeah, the E-Trade writing is not the best, but their charts are excellent. Yeah, they don't let you write easily on their charts, but TC 2000 is better for writing, but this is what I use. Oh, well, I'm not going to spend all that time trying to get it to work. I don't mark my charts that much, so not important, but I'd like to have it for these videos. So if you're using E-Trade, anyone who uses E-Trade, call them and tell them their writing mechanisms are terrible. Maybe they'll get somebody to change it. Okay, so getting out over here, and here's where I'd get, let's see, I'd get out here on the gap, and maybe get back in over here, and probably out over here. You see these little tiny, tiny, tiny candles? I would wait until there's confirmation, maybe get out, make a few dollars. But you could see my point as in and out, in and out. It never hurts to, once you're profitable, keep watching the same chart and get back in. Okay, so here's another entry. So imagine you had gotten out of the chart. Of course, I would get out maybe over here because earnings is coming up. I don't want to go through earnings, especially since I was profitable. I trade JEF all the time. Maybe I'm lucky because it's also my name. Okay, coming in for a new trade on JEF. Over here, it looks like a trade. It went above the cloud, it's above the cloud, but notice the olive lag line is below. So these are really not trades, but it might be a little risky trade. What I would wait for is, over here, don't get in because of earnings. But here's where I most recently got in. I have it marked. See, earnings came out and the earnings were really, really good. So I got in on the next day, which was June 27th. And I stayed in up to here. I got out over here because how many days has gone up? 1, 2, 3, 4 days up. I missed this, but if you miss it, so what? If you made money, so what? You made money. You're never gonna get out at the top. I think John Bollinger once told me, God will let you in at the bottom once in your lifetime and out at the top once in your lifetime. All other trades will be in between somewhere. I'm going to do 2 more. Let's go to Deutsche Bank. I've made some good money with. I also lost a little, but made more than I lost. So let's bring up Deutsche Bank. I don't know if I marked this chart up, so that's okay. So notice over here, this is Deutsche Bank back in. It would be notice here, no entry because earnings is coming up. This would be back in November of 2023. And I trade in and out of this all the time. How many trades I've done with Deutsche Bank, I can't even count. But I probably win 7 out of 10 on Deutsche Bank. So here it is, no trade, even though it comes above the cloud, is red. here it looks like an entry, but it really is not, because the blue line is not above the red. So I watch it and I wait, and I watch and I wait. Now here, the blue line is above the red, and it had crossed the cloud over here. So this may be an entry, any of these here. I can try to circle it. Any of these could be a good entry, because it follows the rules. The blue above the red, the lag is above the price. And it can go up here. Again, maybe take profits, because 2 days of a red, of it going down. You don't know if it's going to continue down more, but you'd still be profitable. And coming up to more recent times, notice how if you made money on it, keep watching it, and maybe get back in over here, somewhere in here, because it's above the blue line again. Here it started to go against, but now it's level, and it jumped up again, more money. This trade is really good here. So you get back in here, because you'd followed getting in after the cloud. So once you have made money in a trade, keep watching that same chart. Get in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out is good money. And so here is an entry. And look how the chart moves back up. Again, maybe I exit here, maybe exit here. Even here, you'd still be profitable. And notice there's no more entry here. Once you get out here, you're profitable. I wouldn't trade this. It looks too high for me. So I just wait and wait and wait. Again, patience is really good. Also, earnings coming up, I would wait. So now look over here at Deutsche Bank. Earnings came out. It went back into the cloud, no trade. But here is a good trade. Notice, sometimes when it comes out of the cloud, watch it for a good 10 days. Write the chart down and keep watching it. Because over here, I got back in. Notice it comes out of the cloud here, but it's not a trade, because the red line is not above the blue. Here's a red line, a red price. You don't want in red. Here's a no is red. Here's the first green one where the blue line is above the red. The lag was okay, the lag line here. And notice how much money somebody would have made. I got out at the heart over here. On options, it's a lot of money. Even $1, if you have 100 shares, in a very short time, that's $100. You keep making 50 and 125 and another 50 and another 25. You'd be surprised how much money that is. A lot of people tell me, oh my God, I don't want to take $100. I don't want to take $50. Don't sneeze at $50 or $100. They add up. That's how people lose. They wait for the big money and don't get out of the trades. And here's where here's another entry. So I got out here and enter again here. Here I got out because it's a gap up, and then no trade for a while. Deutsche Bank has not had a trade for a long time. But I'm still watching and waiting. I think it's I've traded it enough that notice here is red, don't get in it. So I'm watching this, maybe another month, maybe 2 more months for Deutsche Bank. Again, be patient. SYF is my last one for tonight. Synchrony Financial. And again, this one I've traded in and out a lot. Let's just go back to more recent times, December of last year, just the last 8, 7, 8, 9 months. Notice there is a trade here. Okay, this would be excellent. Okay, it's coming into the cloud and going up. So here's the first day out of the cloud. Somebody might want to take that risk. I would not, because notice it can just jump right back down. Let's find one that did that. It does happen a lot. See, notice how it came out of the cloud and came right back down. So I want confirmation that it's going to stay above the cloud. So over here is a in, no trade. Maybe for some people a trade here. I would wait until here. Better to pay more and have more certainty. Notice it's a green candle, green price is higher than yesterday. The blue is above the red. The lag is above the price. And where to exit, maybe where it starts leveling. Maybe you see these, I don't like these doji, they're called a doji. See the cross here? It's where, if you're new to trading, this means that the price was the same when at 9:30 a.m. as it was at 4 p.m. It went up and down and up and down. It's indecision. So this, many times when there's a doji like this, I'll try to circle it. Maybe, there we go. I'm going to try to circle it. When you have something that looks like this, and I'm profitable and I'm in the trade, I would exit, because it might just go right back down. You never know. And if you made money, you can always get back in. So here's where I got out and took profits, and just watch and watch and watch. Every day, it doesn't hurt. I have a list of about 50 stocks I trade every day. It takes me no more than 10 minutes maximum to look at the price each day of these. So pay to get in or not. Patience. Notice on Synchrony Bank, earnings is coming up here. This would not be a trade because earnings is coming here. Notice what happened after earnings, it went down. So here's the next trade on it. The more recent one, I made some pretty good money on this. Okay. Notice how it's in the cloud is not a trade. It comes out of the cloud, but it's not a trade because the red line is above the blue. I want the blue above the red. So even it's out of the cloud, and here the blue line is together with the red line, so it's not a trade. This big candle here would be an entry. And I think I took the trade at the top over here. Let me try to circle it. Here's where I recently got in. Even this was red, but this price was more. I got in around here at the late of the day. And I followed this up. I knew earnings was coming out. So I got out about here. I didn't want to take it through earnings. So let me show you what not to do psychologically. If I could find my squiggle. Here it is. Watch. So I got in here, out on this candle. And people looked and said, oh no, look at all that money you missed. Well, I say, thank God I missed it because it started to come against me here. How do I know it wouldn't move way down this way? So in the next video, I'll show some other types of entries different than the crossing. I'll do another maybe entry on where some trades went wrong. Or if you have suggestions for videos, type it in the chat section, and I'll try to make a video on it. I may do another video on getting in above the cloud. So give me your suggestions in the chat. If you like the video, click like and subscribe. I'm going to make more videos on different ends of trading. I want to do one on options. And I will do some on the consciousness of money, because the amount of money you have has nothing to do with what you do for a living. The amount of money that you have has to do with your consciousness of money. And thank you for watching.